see me. Soulja Boy tell him I'm on the beat, I'm undefeated. Did y'all see the release yet? No, don't think so. Still ripping West Side till I go. Since road all the way back to the...
Well, the overseas money for boxing has shifted. A lot of the overseas promoters now are getting paid. When before your fighter had to come to the United States to really solidify himself as a fighter, a market, so people over here would start watching him so he can get double his money. Over the past 2 years, you've seen a dramatic shift in overseas money. Now, the Klitschko's are getting ready to sign a contract where, well, at least Vitaly is, but it should be for both, where they're going to get a minimum of $15 million, pretty much in the deal. But the breakdown is almost similar to Mayweather's contract, where Floyd gets a minimum $15 million a fight from HBO. They have to pay him that, or he won't even step in the ring. He will make nothing less than $15 million in a fight. The Klitschko's are close to signing a deal like that, but they get a percentage on the back end of distribution. And pretty much from the gate, they're selling out 30,000 in these arenas and stadiums and things of that nature. So these small-time promoters are now starting to capitalize on this, where Frank Warren had a problem with fighters leaving him, which he still has. But Frank Warren is not worried because he was making a lot of money overseas holding these big events. The Kessler-Calzaghe fight netted him so much money that he really didn't need to have Joe even come to the United States. They could have had a rematch if he really felt that hard about it. But Joe stayed with him the longest out of any of the fighters that he had. But you're talking numbers of 20% more than what the promoters over here were getting. Like, Don King has a great European connection over there, so Don is able to stay alive in the boxing game because of it. And this is why Don is still relevant now. He got European fighters all through Germany. The West is all pretty much Don King. Aaron pretty much focused on the Hispanic fighters. So he's okay in California and New York. Where in Nevada, he's pretty much he's there, but not as much as he used to be. Because they seem to be favoring more Golden Boy than his company. So most of his fights are moving to Texas and doing stadiums, because there's a lot more money going into these stadiums now, and these casinos and hotels are kind of losing their grip on what they had used to hold. So you're going to see a lot of changing of the guards when it comes to regards to the overseas money, and a lot of the bigger fights are probably going to be overseas, which would suck to me. That means I got to travel to go see a fight out of the country. I don't know. I might be HBO in it and pay-per-view in it. But just wanted to give you the emphasis on that, because somebody else had asked me about it, because they traveled here to see the Ricky Hatton Floyd Mayweather fight, and they traveled here to see the Manny Pacquiao Ricky Hatton fight, which they felt should have been either in England or somewhere else, but they called the United States neutral ground, which made no sense to them. But moving right along into another topic, 147-pound division. Why, oh why, at 147? Dude, people, that's like the mystery weight. Why are we so concerned about this weight division? I really don't know. The 140 weight division is just as good. I told you guys almost a year and a half ago now. So we're going on a year and a half. The 140-pound weight division is the action. It's the thick, because you have more fighters fighting at that weight class that are young, that can make the 147-pound division into a multi $1 million pretty much business once the Shane Mosley's leave, once the Floyd Mayweathers leave, and Manny Pacquiao. Those 3 fighters leave. 147 is a desert. It is a complete desert because nobody wants to see him. And Manny Pacquiao can't keep ducking all the fighters that he's supposed to be fighting at that weight class. So it's time for him to retire. He can't beat a Tim Bradley. He knows that. He's not going to fight Andre Berto. He's not going to fight any of these young guys who's going to get all in his grill. And they're fast. There's no way he would be fighting these guys. And it's not like Manny Pacquiao elude punches. So let's get away from that. And think about the future 147. Tim Bradley, who HBO is going to push up to 147, he's capable of making the weight. Devin Alexander is capable of making the weight. Amir Khan is already at that weight. But they got him fighting at 140. Victor Ortiz will make that weight. And that's what's pretty much going to be your superstars of the division. Okay, you're going to have Amir Khan and Victor Ortiz. Will they be the cream of the crop? No. But Amir Khan is going to be like the darker side, and the more promoted, celebrated would be Victor Ortiz. And that is your future at 147. And I don't see why people should have a problem with it, but everybody looks so focused on this division so much that all the attention is going towards it. So, more power to you. About the Golden Boy turning down the tournament, of course, you got 2 people trying to throw a tournament. Golden Boy wants to throw a 140 tournament. It was pretty much basically their idea with the, it was HBO's idea that they copied off the Super 6. Remember, I told you that first. They copied it off the Super 6, but getting everybody to agree to the tournament and to the rules because there's new players involved, that's killing the whole tournament structure. But I don't think you really need a tournament at 140. Everybody's fighting anybody anyway. So what's the tournament for? How are you going to structure it? The Amir Khan, who just really entered the division, him, Victor Ortiz, and Timothy Bradley Alexander should have been the 4. But now you got Madonna in the mix, and it's like, hey, now what we're gonna do with him? So you gotta put them in the ring together, or the rest of it just doesn't make any sense. And a lot of people's been asking me these questions about this guy right here. So I'm going to answer that question right here. That photograph he was talking about, that's Sam Watson. That's not Al Heyman. And to the left of me, the guy you see, well, he's to my right. That's his son, Marcus. He has another son named Brandon. The Watson family, the Watson boys. Those are the guys you see in the ring at every HBO fight. They have their own promotional company, but the sons do. But the dad is the assistant for Al Heyman. So you see Big Sam a lot everywhere. If you go to Vegas, so you see a fight. And, I'm cool with Marcus. So, his pops is just naturally, you're going to know his dad. So that's that. And I don't want to make this video any longer than what it is. I'm just getting up this morning too, so let me go ahead and check my mailbag, and I will be answering more of your questions, but I had to get that question out first because I had about 20 to 30 just asking me about those, like, who is that guy? And I see him at all the HBO fights. Peace.
I tell him, running with a guy, get a black mask, can't see me. Soulja Boy tell him I'm on the beat, I'm undefeated. Did y'all see the release yet? No, don't think so. Still ripping west side till I go. Since road all the way back to the 4. When he used to post up at the green store with my niggas up on that block, waiting for the martyr. Ain't have a car yet, looking for the charger.